No. We didn't fail.
Harlan?
Does he want us to follow him?
I have no idea. But I'm going to. Harlan?
The Argos features the same model of command chair we had on the Kronos 2.
Yeah, I think Atlas ordered them in bulk. I actually buckled in for a moment. With my eyes shut, I could almost fool myself I was back on the Kronos.
The Argos was commissioned March 17th, 2124, commanded by Lieutenant, Junior Grade, Lydia T. Jankowski.
Lieutenant Junior Grade.
Does that surprise you?
Yeah, I mean, the Argos isn't exactly big, but commanding a vessel, even just a support tender, it's a serious responsibility. Though I suppose it would have been part of a fleet, and having an exemplary junior officer might not have been unreasonable.
Given that the vessel has survived this long, I would imagine Lieutenant Jankowski was the first of many exemplary commanders.
Fair enough. Then cheers to Lieutenant Jankowski.
Cheers. Dr. Harlan, there is a photograph in your quarters depicting you in...
Out of my quarters. Now.
He was just curious.
My personal life is not a curiosity to explore.
My intention was to discern if there was a way I could provide support. I understand that re-engaging with the loss of...
Please, stop. I appreciate the effort, but I do not wish to discuss this any further.
Of course, we understand. But we're here if you change your mind, okay?
Yes? We didn't fail. We just learned something new. We learned there's a window, a certain point in time wherein the biomass was still vulnerable, when it could be stopped.
Yeah, that point's long past.
You're right. If only we had some way to travel back in time.
Transmitting Jack's protocols back in time won't help us here, Doctor.
It's also impossible without a working FTL.
For that plan to work, Jack would have to physically bring a counterpulse device back with him. Something he can't do digitally.
I'm not talking about digital time travel.
Oh, I see.
Where have I seen this before?
I believe that is one of the Estrella's FTL drives. I recall seeing a number of them while retrieving the fuel cell from the wreckage.
What do you think, Apollo? Could it work?
I'll need to run some models, but it's possible.
What the hell are you two on about?
I'll explain everything once Jack and I are on our way to the Estrella.
We'd best get moving.
Hold on! No one's going anywhere until one of you gives me something resembling an explanation.
Captain Rhodes.
No, if you want to send Jack back out to that plague-infested garbage scow, you have to at least give a reason.
And we wait. But the longer we wait, the less chance we have to succeed. Captain, I know I've already asked far too much of you both, but I have taken this as far as it can go. I need your help to finish it.
Oh. What do you need us to do?
Jack, you and I will make our way back to the Estrella's drive bay. You'll need my assistance to unlock the FTL housing. Captain Rhodes, if you would remain here with Dr. Harlan, there's some specialized equipment you'll need to fabricate and assemble.
Oh. Brilliant.
Opening airlock.
Jack, good luck. Let us know when you've reached the escape.
Copy that.
Airlock cycling. Stand by.
Watch yourself over there, Jack. Don't let those ticks give you too much hassle.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. I just like reminding you to be careful. So, be careful. And before you ask, yes. That's an order.
Exiting portside airlock.
We need to make our way back to the Estrella, to the auxiliary drive bay.
All right, Apollo, you're on your way. I'm waiting for my explanation.
We all agree simply transmitting Jack's consciousness into the past won't work this time. However, if we were to appropriate one of the Estrella's remaining FTL drives, the Doctor and I believe we may be able to use it to return both you and Jack to the 22nd century.
You're saying we might be able to go home?
I'm reticent to make any assurances, but yes, I believe it is possible. Assuming at least one of the drives is still operational.
I thought you said we couldn't access the drives because of all the biomass.
That was before we had the counterpulse.
Well, that's great, but do you have some way for Jack to administer it?
Jack, make your way to the nearest fabricator. I have a new modification for your shell.
Understood.
The fabricator is just to the left of the bridge entrance.
Integration successful. Your new counterpulse device is ready to be equipped.
I recommend we run a field test before proceeding further. Those ticks feeding on the substation should make for suitable targets. Field test successful.
It's a weapon?
A focused counterpulse emitter. based on a design from my own timeline and calibrated to the same wavelength as the treatment we administered via the medical pod.
Cure gun? Nice.
Understand, this device will only eliminate the older, more primitive biomass. The more evolved forms from this time period will just be temporarily incapacitated.
Regardless, it should make short work of the biomass surrounding the Astraea's FTL drives. It's possible with more research data we could refine the treatment even further, making the device that much more efficient.
Which would allow the emitter to discharge more shots before overheating.
Certainly fixed you right up, didn't we?
We're ready to proceed to the drive bay. In the meantime, Captain Rhodes, I will need you to assemble a custom gantry to secure the FTL once it's in our possession. I've already fed the necessary specifications to the fabricators.
Good. I'm in the mood for a bit of work.
Moving out into the debris field now.
Just get that FTL and get back here quick as you can. No sense spending any more time over there than you need to.
Agreed.
Alright, let's assume this works. Let's say you two track down a working FTL. We get it hooked up, and Apollo manages to recreate a physical time jump that, by some miracle, sends us back home to our own time. How exactly are we supposed to eliminate all the biomass once we're there? I mean, it's not like we can just set off a bomb and blow it all to smithereens. That's exactly what you're planning to do, isn't it?
Well, not a bomb so much as a device that will unleash a sudden and forcible burst of energy across a widespread area.
So, a bomb.
Yes, a bomb. But one that emits a counterpulse that should only be harmful to the biomass.
Brilliant.
I am a tactical AI. Most of my solutions tend to involve some form of explosion.
Uh-huh.
How will we make this device?
I mean, I could do it. But my hands are a bit tied at the moment.
I can easily repurpose existing equipment to construct a counterpulse dispersion catalyst.
Cure bomb.
Very well. Cure bomb. We will also need a means of transport, ideally one that can regulate the catalyst's energy signature.
The cargo drones should be more than capable of assembling the materials we need.
Excellent. I will transmit the details.
Wait a second. How is Jack's reboot ability supposed to work in the past without the fabricator network?
My design for our makeshift transport includes a single fabricator to accommodate Jack's reboot for the duration of our mission. Once we've detonated the catalyst and are out of danger, Jack's protocols into an Atlas network.
Assuming all this goes to plan.
Well, yes. It would be rather difficult to operate on the opposite assumption.
Juno, status.
Multiple impacts. No discernible hull breaches yet. The station appears to have absorbed the brunt of it. Habitat B has...
Forget the station. It's a lost
Approaching
cause.
a radiation zone. Understood. Drones are responding. The situation is normalizing, but the vessel still appears highly unstable.
That's not surprising, given what it's been through. Begin scanning immediately. I don't want to lose our chance of finding a torpedo.
Of course, Doctor. Patrol drones are inbound making a pass now. Doctor, we have detected a human life sign.
Survivor?
It appears so. Shall I make contact?
Yes. And do what you can.
I would advise caution, Jack.
Transition
You
easy
were
for them.
approaching a radiation field.
I'm sure they must be disoriented.
Indeed. I'll use the data we obtained on Luna to formulate an appropriate response.
Good. And what about the torpedoes?
I'm still sweeping the wreckage. Nothing as of yet.
We should prioritize the rescue anyway. A survivor from another timeline. But only one. What they must have seen.
Doctor, I've made contact. The survivor is one Captain Olivia Rhodes.
Where have I had
That was... Or
Shields
perhaps
at
the
95%.
name of the Kronos 2 captain.
yesterday last arrived?
Indeed. Her speech patterns are a 99.7% identical match with those from the distress signal we recovered from the Atlas logs. It appears she was not killed in the destruction of the Kronos 2 after all.
So she's from our past.
I believe so. Yes.
Then, where she won't be able to help us. Is Habitat A intact?
It is, yes.
Move
Juno,
on then.
confirm operational procedures for the signal relays.
Figure out what to
Once
do
you pull
next.
an activation
Shall I
switch,
inform
the
her?
link timer
No,
will
too much
reset,
to explain.
giving you
We
25
don't
seconds
have
to
time
find
for
and pull another
distractions.
one. If you can do so in a timely manner, all the signal relays in a given cluster will successfully re-establish their network and remain active.
In hand.
Understood, Doctor. There also appears to be an operational android with
Juno,
Shall
confirm
I?
operational procedures for the signal
Source is
relays.
safe.
Once you
Begin
pull an
salvage
activation
operation.
switch, the link timer will reset, giving you 25 seconds to find and
Perhaps
pull
we
another
can
one.
obtain
If you can do
information
so in a
from
timely manner,
bridge
all the signal
this
relays in
vessel
a
as
given cluster will successfully re-establish their network and remain active. Shields at 95%. Shields at 50%. Shields at 30%.
Are the cargo drones...
Not by any directive I sent. Their active radiation dampeners suggest the drones are functioning properly, but their flight patterns are somewhat unusual at the moment.
Perhaps I can use them to explore the irradiated area.
Warning, radiation field nearby. Shields at 95%. Shields at 95%. Shields at 50%. Shields at 30%. Approaching a radiation zone. Shields at 95%. Shields at 95%. Shields at 50%. Checking data store. Maneuver and thruster optimizations were being tested on this drone too. Excellent. Judging from this data, it seems the cargo drones here are stuck in some kind of loop, though I'm not clear as to why. Shields at 30%. Warning, radiation field nearby. Shields at 95%. Shields at 50%. Shields at 30%.
This cave appears to be safe from the radiation.
Readings indicate the outbreak did reach this portion of the facility. Caution is advised. Austin Kosi, one of our engineers. She has an access code to the nearby cargo drone control hub. I'll mark it for you now. I've also added the code to your ARM computer. Scanning archive. Experimental maneuvering thruster optimization found. Not quite enough data to fully replicate it, though. Shields at 95%. Checking data store. Maneuvering thruster optimizations were being tested on this drone too. Excellent. Shields at 95%.
This charger's condition is far from optimal.
The observation drone might have been responding to the malfunction. We do rely on them for recharging. Give me a moment to review the data. It would appear a power outage triggered a secondary outbreak in this area. I've pulled a recording of the incident and added it to your data tab.
Warning, power levels critical. System failure imminent.
No,
Please evacuate the facility.
Not in the middle of a transfer.
Technician Evanov, retreat to the...
Unit 1!
Go!
The shell from the X-3 that attempted to save Technician Evanov. A broken containment unit. Most likely the source of the local infestation. This looks to be a variation of the robotic arms we encountered in the research facility.
Yes, I believe so. This configuration appears to have a stasis projector in place of the cloak emitter.
This disposal unit is likely our best means for removing the ticks.
It certainly worked for us before. I see no reason why it wouldn't this time. Well done. If we can dispose of the 2 remaining ticks, we should be able to lift the lockdown.
Biomass has rendered this cargo drone irrecoverable.
Perhaps the observation drone is attempting to check its status.
Loading bay. Vacated of all Type D biomass organisms. Releasing lockdown.
Splendid. With the lockdown lifted, you should now be able to open the bay door. Shields at 95%.
I'm opening the bay door now. Apparently, the observation unit has no interest in either the charger or the cargo drone.
It must have a higher priority task. I would advise caution, Jack. You were approaching a radiation field. Now entering the control hub.
A numeric code is required for entry.
I believe Engineer Kosi's code should grant you access. At least a small amount of that data is relevant to the biomass. Thank you, Jack. One moment. Curious. So that explains the drone's abnormal behavior.
You want to enlighten the rest of us there, Juno?
Sometime during the initial outbreak, the control hub's power grid was severed. No longer able to communicate with the hub, the drones simply continued executing the last valid command they received.
Waiting for a reset that never came.
Exactly. Log message from a few moments before the power outage. I'll pass it to your data tab, Jack. In addition, I've uncovered a cache of data detailing potential methods for removing biomass microparticles from the hulls of the cargo drones. It could prove useful. To anyone on station at Research Drone Control Hub, I really hope you made it out already. But if you haven't, they're cutting power any minute now. So, if you're able to EVA, get your ass in a suit and hop out on airlock ASAP. We can rendezvous at the construction site. I'll be there and we'll have a shuttle on station for the next hour. Good luck.
Critical. System failure imminent. Please evacuate the facility.
Not in the middle of a transfer.
Technician Evanov, retreat to the...
Unit 1!
Go!
Nice work, Jack. There's a lot of good data here. It should help refine the counterpulse significantly.
Juno, is there any indication of what might have been stored in this database terminal?
Regrettably, the records are unclear. It will require reassembly and scanning to know for sure.
The drone seems to have found its objective.
Robin Evanoff.
One of our technicians. I didn't know them particularly well.
Could be someone sent the drone to find them.
That does seem the most likely scenario. Jack, these data stores contain a complete schematic for a prototype stasis arm, as in the devices you used earlier to manipulate the ticks. In fact, they were likely developed as a means for improving containment technology. It's possible with more data, I may be able to repurpose this design to allow your grip projector to restrain ticks for a greater duration.
Very well. I'll search the area for more data ports.
Jack, wireless pings indicate there's still potentially useful data yet to be retrieved from the storage site. Shields at 95%. There's a moderate amount of data here we can use to increase counterpulse efficiency. Thanks, Jack. Shields at 95%. Shields at 50%. Shields at 30%. Shields at 95%. Shields at 50%.
We should get to the drive bay as soon as possible. The longer we wait, the less likely we are to find a suitable FTL for our mission.
Shields at 50%. fascinating. The data on this tile includes highlighted research notes detailing the biomass's reaction to a wide assortment of polymeric blends. It's Dr. McKenna.
Jacob was one of our researchers. He must have been trying to get back to the hub.
I found a recording on his person designated to be broadcast as a warning beacon. Jack, I've added the message to your data tab. Though much of it was deleted, I did manage to extract a portion of useful data regarding Dr. McKenna's research.
McKenna. The one who left behind his access codes to help the stranded researchers.
That's correct.
He's still down. Well, let's be sure and put this data to good use. It's the least we can do.
Shields at 50%.
All stations, this is McKenna broadcasting in the clear. The tram line from research has been compromised. Do not approach. Say again, do not approach the research facility tram line. We have infected on board. Somehow it got past the checkpoint. Anyone reading this, do not trust the scanners. They may be faulty. I'm gonna keep broadcasting on a loop for as long as I can. Once more, stay clear from the research facility tram line. Infected on board. Good luck out there.